Hi, this is Ram Chodemanche from the Cathy Chodemanche team servicing home buyers and sellers in Middlesex County in central Jersey. The statistics are up for the month of November, and since last week, we already included them in our members only sections. You can subscribe at any time, just go to our site, it's free. The raw data is taken from the Middlesex County multi-listing system, and the number we are looking at are only for residential one family. That means that they do not include townhouse, condos, commercials, lands, and any other type of properties. So let's dive right into it. For the month of November, we are following the active inventory. The active inventory has decreased versus the previous months. Another statistic that we want to look at together the same way as the active inventory is the number of new homes listed, 508 versus 629, which decreased also about 20% versus last month. And those are some positive direction, meaning that we want to see the inventory, the active inventory, which is the total number of homes on the market. This number, by the way, does not include the homes under attorney review. But we want to see the active inventory and the new home listed to decrease because we know that we have a large supply of inventory. And we will go a little bit later about this supply. So the fact that those numbers are decreasing is a positive. The number of sold homes has also decreased drastically from the previous month, which was October, about 40%. There is a seasonal effect in what we are saying here, meaning in the winter months, November, December, January, February, typically in Middlesex County in central Jersey, and I'm going to expand to all the northeast states. In winter, typically there is a slowdown in the real estate industry. There is less home being listed, meaning that sellers are going to want to wait next spring to list their homes. And there is also a decrease in the amount of buyers out there that are actively looking to buy. And there are two main reasons for this. So the first one is being the holidays in November, December, etc. A lot of people are busy getting ready and then celebrating those holidays. But there is also, and really the biggest reason is just the weather and the fact that it is dark by 5 o'clock, meaning that most people who have a day job are not able to go to see houses by night. So there is a normal seasonal effect. No doubt what happened in the economy, in the financial market, the stock markets in the last few months is impacting those numbers. The median sold price and the average sold price, there are two statistical tools that are used to try to compare and to see trend in the pricing of a home. As you can see, it also has decreased versus the previous months and versus the previous year. Something that I wanted to show you regarding pricing, because that's very important, is to look at it with a different time frame, which is an average over a year time frame. 2007, $400,000 about, and 2008 year to date, which is up to the end of October, the average about $392,000. And if you look now at the decrease from 2008 to 2007, the decrease was less than 3% to 83. Now, if you look at 2007 versus 2006, the decrease was about 1.62%. So if you add those decrease in percentage, 3 to 5, so it's less than 5% since 2006, since we started to see the turning point, the pivotal point in the real estate industry. And the idea here is that with statistics, we have to be very careful how we manipulate them and how we interpret them. But the big idea here is like all real estate markets are local, and what's going on right here in Middlesex County is very different than what's going on in other states, in other counties, such as in Florida, for example, where we see since 2006 decrease in the scale of the 20% or more. Again, what we are looking at is about 5% when you take a yearly average. That was just a side note. So to go back to our numbers, another statistic that we follow is the SP versus AP, the sold price versus asking price, the ratio 93%. It's a decrease also from the previous months and for the same months from the previous year. 93%, it means that if in average sellers are putting on the market their home for $100,000, then they have accepted offers for $93,000. Again, looking at with a bigger time frame, such as a yearly time frame, we can see a decrease in the sold price versus asking price. And so far for 2008, the ratio is about 95%. Days on market, or DOM. Days on market is the time that it takes a number of days for a house to go under contract. For November, 89 days. For the previous months, 80 days. And the month-to-month comparison versus previous year, 78 days. And if you look at the yearly frame, you will see also an increase, of course. And that just tells us what it is. It's that we are not in a seller's market and we are in a buyer. We actually change our stand to a strong buyer's market. And no doubt it takes more time today to sell a house, to sell a home, than it took 2 or 3 years ago. There is nothing new here. And it means that it takes about 89 days or about 3 months for a home to go under contract. Just as a side note, gotta be careful with days on market because it's not a CDOM, it's not a cumulative days on market, it's a simple DOM. It means that if the house is not being sold and you have a 6 months contract with a broker and the home is not being sold and then you list with another broker, then guess what? The other broker is gonna put the listing in the MLS again, and the DOM is not going to be cumulative, it's going to be reset. So the DOM can be a little skewed, and this is actually a debate in the real estate industry as for the MLS board whether or not to include a cumulative DOM in addition of the DOM, or even to replace the DOM with a cumulative DOM so as to have a better picture, a more truthful picture of the amount of time that it takes for a home to go on the market, whether or not the home is switching from a broker to another. The days of inventory. The days of inventory, it's the number of days that it will take to sell the current supply of homes at going at the same pace, at the same speed. 428 days, it's very high. It means that it will take over a year. A word of caution though, because this is a little bit skewed because of the fact that the number of homes sold this month were very low versus last month. So consequently, it increased the days of inventory. We know that we have a large supply and there is nothing new. And we would like to see this supply decrease in order to have a healthier market. That's why, remember at the beginning when I mentioned the active inventory decreasing and the number of new homes decreasing as well was good news. So here we go. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching. And again, remember the raw data was taken from the Middlesex County MLS, and it includes only residential home and does not include townhouses, condos, and other type of properties. Okay, thank you again.